Hello everyone, welcome back to my course. In last lecture, you already make our design with our interface and using auto layout to arrange all the buttons and labels on the interface for iPhone 5s, iPhone 6 and iPhone 6 Plus. And you can see our results as last lecture. Okay, so in this lecture, I will help you to hook all of these elements to the code for us to control it for our application. Okay, so first of all, when we create a new application from Xcode, you can see Xcode automatically make a main storyboard for us. Okay, and you see on the main storyboard we will have one view controller, and at the right side of entry window in here you see at the custom class we have class view controller. This is view controller.script in here. When you want to control all of these elements on this view controller, we control it from where? We can control it from view controller.script. Okay, so when you want to control this element, some element in here, how can we do that? First of all, we have to connect. For example, if you want to control this labels, this button, or this table views, live history in here, we have to connect it from the main storyboard to our view controller.script. After that, we can control it. Okay, so to connect it, you can open assistant editor by press this. So assistant editor in here. Okay, and you can see at the right side at the top bar, we can see in the top bar we have view controller.script. This is the view controller.script to help us to control all the element on this interface. Okay, and next you have to determine what is the element that you will control on the interface. For example, we want to control the label because we want to change the label to 1 or 2 or 3 seconds or something like that. Okay, and another for stopwatch, you don't need to control this. This is only a label for shows the label on the interface. And another button here, you see, you have to control it because you want to make a function for our app. And a table view, we have to control it because we want to show the history of the lab. When the user press the lab button, you want to show the history on the table view. Okay, so on this interface, you will control the label and button and table view, and we no need to hook this stopwatch label to our code to control it. Okay, now for hook, first I will help you to hook this label to our code. How can we do that? Okay, after you show up the assistant editor, you can first you select this label and keep your control and drag it to the right side in here. And you see when you drag this to the view controller.script and relay the mouse, you see connection, we choose outlet. Okay, you can mix the name up for this label. I can call this a time label, and you should follow the rules. The first word of the first letter of this word, I don't make uppercase. For example, it's a time. As next, I will write out the label because when in the future maybe you make some app with a lot of variables, a lot of label, a lot of button, and you can see sometime when you didn't see the interface, you can see on the code, you can see here this is a label. Okay, and it's relation to our interface is a time label, and you imagine to the time label on the interface. Okay, now the other, you can see the UI label, and the other we keep the same and we choose connect. Okay, and next we want to hook the clear button, play button, stop, and pause and lap button, okay, to our code. You can select the button first and keep control and drag to any here inside of our view controller. Okay, you can drag it anywhere that you can inside of view controller. That's it. Okay, for example, I drag it to here, and in here you see we have the connection to outlet or action. If you want to control the title, the color of this button, you have to choose the outlet. And if you want to control the action of this button, for example, when you either press the clear button, so you have to choose the action. Okay, and in our application we no need to control the outlet, we no need to control the title or the background of this button because we already set it. So we choose the action, and the name of this action we can make it clear. Okay, and next I will uppercase the button, and you can see that is a clear button. And how can we rename for the action? We can name it the press. You can choose whatever name which you like, but when I make this, I can see, oh, I see on the code here's clear button press. This is a function for clear button when the user press. Okay, and you can make another, like select the play button, keep control and drag to here, and choose the action and play button press. Okay, as you can see we make two functions for clear and play, and I can make another way to hook another button like this. You can copy, okay, you can copy and paste here. 1, 2, 3. 3 functions is for another button for in interface. Okay, and we have to rename this. This is a stop. This pause. This lap button. Okay, but furthermore, when you drag some play button to our view controller.shift, you can see we have a connection between that. But when you copy inside of code, we don't make a relationship between stop or power lap button to a stop button press or power button press or lap button press. And you can check in here. When you select in here, in the left side of our function, you can see the clear button. We have a rectangle to the outside of the clear button. Okay, and here's the play button. We can see a rectangle outside play button. And when we select at the left side of our stop or pause or lap button, we don't have any rectangle outside of any button on our interface. So we have to connect it. How we can do it? Okay, select stop button and keep control and drag it. You can drag it to our view controller, or you can drag it the stop button or power button or lap button if you like. But because this is a function for our stop, so I drag it to the stop button, press. Okay, and power, we can drag it to the power button, and lap, we can drag it to the lap button. Okay, so when you select at the cycle at the left side of the lap button, you can see a rectangle outside of the lap button, similar like a power or stop. Okay, so sometimes when you drag it, drag the button to our code, sometimes you make a mistake like here. For example, I will show you. We can control and drag the clear button. Okay, so instead of you choose the action, you choose the outlet, and you make a sometimes something clear button red. Okay, you can see we have a different type. You can see compare with clear button press. Here clear button press, but this is outlet and this is IB action. Okay, so when you make a mistake, oh, you can think, oh, very easy, you can delete it. Okay, but when you run this code for this, sometimes you will have a bug. Okay, because you can see at the right side, or you can right click on the clear button, you can see we have a tab inside. This is a clear button press, and referring outlet is a that is the IB outlet that we already delete, but in the clear button it didn't delete, so you have to delete by manually by select this. Okay, if you don't do that, sometimes you make a mistake and have a bug for your application. Okay, so that's enough for our controlling this label and button. And for table view, okay, we can select table view and keep control and drag it to here. We can call this lab history. You can see the first word I don't uppercase the L letter, and next history I uppercase the H, and in the last one I can call this a table. That is the lab history table. Okay, you can see. Now we can hook on the elements to our code. So first of all, before we moving on, I think you should check on the element. You should check if you can control on the element or not. Okay, so in the here now I can turn off the accelerator by press here and select view controller, and you can see here for first of all for time label. So for time label, if you want to control this, we can select in the view load. That is a function that loads when our interface is loaded on the screen. Okay, so I will change the time label. Text is you can see on our main storyboard the label in here like this. Okay, we can change this to the something like time label. Okay, and for some button, when we press clear or play, stop, pause and lab, we can print out something to the console to check. Okay, clear, button, press. Okay, similar for another. I choose copy paste for something better, and now we change play button, press, stop button, press, power button, press. We will print out the output of our console to see this line when the user press some button on the interface. Okay, now we can check. Stop and run. Okay, we have iPhone 5.6 in here. When we run our app, now our label, and you can see on the main storyboard, the first time we set it to 0, but when we run our application, we come to the label. Okay, but I think we have to make it to the center. This label, we make it the alignment to center for better. Okay, we can know that we can control the time label. And now with another clear button or play or stop or pause. Now we will check the clear button first. You press the clear, and you can see at the output in here, or now put in here a clear button press. If you didn't see the output in here, you can show up by press this here. On the right side, a debug area, so a debug area and clear button press. And now we press to check the play button, and you can see play button press, stop button, pause, and lab button. Okay, so you know you can connect all the elements to our code, and you can check that all the function is working if you want to control it. Okay, in the lecture I will help you to create this Stopwatch for iOS step by step. Don't worry, let's come with me.